Hi, it's Mike here. Okay, sitting on the beach in sunny Playa del Carmen. No, I'm not really sitting on the beach, but this today is a bit of a bonus, if you like. This is a workshop that I hosted in Playa del Carmen on Friday, May the 5th of 2023. And it's simply called You Too Can Make Money Online This Week with the help of Chatgpt and AI. So basically, this stemmed from a number of conversations I've had here in Quintana Roo, Mexico, and especially regarding locals and how can we help them. And I have also had a number of youngsters come along to my workshops on Fridays with parents. And it's been really interesting to see just how quickly they pick it up. In fact, one case, I actually invited him up onto the speaking platform 2 weeks later when he returned, because I had seen his mother just 3 days after the Friday meetup. And she told me that he had taken everything I'd taught on the Friday and he had worked on it all day Saturday. Within 24 hours, he had doubled his YouTube subscribers. That needs to be said a few times, doesn't it? 10 years old, and he is Mexican. So is his mother. And fortunately for me, he does speak very good English, thanks to his mother. So at 10 years old, I didn't try and speak Spanish, but somehow he managed to understand the Scottish accent. He took my mind map that I share every week, and he did something about it. And that is what I was sharing with the audience when I had him on the stage, is that, there was 24 people or whatever in the room at the time, but he was the one that took action. So everybody got the same information, but he actually made it happen. So at 23 years old, pretty impressive, right? So I've hosted a number of 3-hour half-day workshops, say half day, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, whatever. And everybody gets the mind map to go away with to help people to make money online with AI. And this time round, I'm keeping it really, 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 really simple. Okay, so really simple is what I'm going to share with you today. And it's something that I figured anybody could do at any age without any qualifications and without any excuses. As long as they have a computer and they have a Wi-Fi connection, they can make money online. So I'm going to share that with you today. So let me just go straight into it. That's my intro. And let me just see if I can share screen. There. Okay. So you should now, hopefully, be seeing what I'm seeing on my screen. Let's move this out of the way. Good. Okay. So this is a mind map, which I will give you access to as well. And with the mind map, you can just simply zoom in and out. And also you'll see some numbers at the right-hand side of each one where we're going to click on it, and you'll see how we go through this, okay? So keeping it really simple, what will we offer? So if I click on this, you'll see there's more to it. Okay, so this is just some questions that went through my head regarding what could we offer to actually generate income. Okay, so it could be a product, could be a service, what skills, what tools do we already have available? These are just some of the questions that went through my head. And also, what are the costs involved in selling such products or services? Okay, because there's inevitably going to be hosting or whatever, generally, if we're putting it on websites and so on. So we might need to think, do we need to pay for a subscription to something for artificial intelligence? Do we need to buy video editing softwares, etc.? And this is still part of the actual cost involved, is actually what else could we be doing with our time? Because our time is worthy of some income, right? So we could be making money somewhere else, and that's therefore this is a cost if we spend our time doing this. So we've got to think about these things as well. So research, really I just want to research and say, well, what's the income potential and what I'm going to teach you here? And also, what are the time, skills, and costs involved in doing this? Okay, so I want to look into that as well. And also, where are we going to offer our products or services? Okay, how much marketing do we have to do? And ideally, what I'm saying here is we're going to promote it on platforms that already have a hungry market. Okay, so if we put it on our own website, for example, we're going to have to do all the marketing ourselves. Okay, so something to think about there. That's why a lot of people spend a lot of time and money on search engine optimization, i.e. SEO. We'll just put that in there. Search engine optimization, engine optimization. Okay. So I'll just use the jargon from now on. Okay. So we might inevitably, I always believe that SEO is really, really important for everything we're doing, even if we're just doing an Instagram post, etc. We need to have awareness of what we're actually putting out there and how it's going to be appealing to people that might be watching, or our ideal audience. And that's the ideal, at least. Okay. And then what other tools are available? So, for example, if we're going to sell on Fiverr.com, they actually have a mobile app for you. And when you download the app, by default, it's already set up to help you sell your services or your products. And they call it a gig. That's their jargon. Okay. And you'll receive instant notifications on your orders and inquiries. So you can actually receive your orders when you're sitting out in the restaurant, etc. And you don't need to be checking in because it will ping and tell you. Okay. So that's quite cool. So you can actually be receiving orders from anywhere in the world. And as soon as you check on your phone, if you're maybe just woken up in the morning, you can have a quick check, see if there's any orders, and then you get on with, it'll only take you, I'll show you later how long it will take you to get this done. Okay. And then other tools that, for example, erank.com will help if you're selling something on Etsy, for example. Now, both of these sites that I've just mentioned here, Fiverr.com and Etsy.com, the reason I've mentioned both of these is because they're both really renowned in their field for doing what they do. Okay, Fiverr started when I first started using it. It was $5 for every gig, as they call it, every job offer. That was the idea behind it, and the company themselves take $1 for each. So the person offering the services gets $4, and for us it would cost $5, $5 US. There was also, I don't know how, I haven't looked recently, but there was also 10er with 2 R's on the end, 10ERR.com, which was $10. And there was also a 4er as well, so FOUR, so yeah, and obviously Fiverr somehow just became the one that was most dominant, and still continuing today with, I think I looked it up yesterday, it was over 100 million users, monthly users, which is just phenomenal. And Etsy.com, again, go and do your own checking on this, but the Etsy.com, again, the reason I mentioned Etsy, I think I've got it further over here, is the number of visitors that come to Etsy every single month. So again, you've got the footfall there. You don't need to put it on your website and then worry about marketing, etc. if you're going to use these two sites there. Okay, that's why I mentioned them. Okay, so what are the costs involved in selling your product or service? Well, I just mentioned Fiverr charges 20%, i.e. you lose $1 if you sell for $5. But if it's $100 you're selling at, then you'll get $80. Okay. And the advantage, as I just said, is they attract X million. I haven't actually confirmed how many million. I need to check that. However, when we next, I dived a little bit deeper into the Fiverr. In fact, I asked AI for this just to confirm what is Fiverr's charges. And Fiverr takes 20% commission, which I just mentioned. But there's also, so in other words, if you sell $100, you get $80. However, they also charge $1 for every time you make a withdrawal. And they also have a payment processing fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Okay, so it's important to be aware of these things, but nevertheless, as I said, the advantage is that you've got footfall already, you've got the traffic, you've got the visitors already going to Fiverr to buy services. I still use Fiverr regularly to get other people to work for me on different projects. Okay, simple little projects that I deem not to be worthy of my time to try and figure out how to do it. Just get them to do it because they've got the skills, they've got the tools, they've got the software, they've got the time, etc. They've got experience. Okay, so there's one I did. I pulled this again out of AI. And it said, according to SimilarWeb, Fiverr.com attracts around 137 million visitors as of April 2023. I think I got this from Bard, Google's Bard. So there's an interesting thing. I don't just use Chatgpt when I'm doing research, because for a start, Chatgpt doesn't go up to April 2023. Okay, the new paid version does, but I'll tell you in a second how you can actually get that free of charge as well. So the Chatgpt that most people use only goes up to September 2021, and it will often tell you, sorry, I can't give you that information because I'm not up to date. So if you go and use, for example, bard.google.com, that's free of charge. There is a but. If you're in Mexico, as I am, it's not actually available in Mexico. So I have to switch on my VPN, which I have one at the moment, virtual private network, if you don't know what a VPN is. So the VPN, you can basically choose which country you get the server from. And so Google thinks that I'm in America when I'm using Bard, and it gives me Bard. So I get the free up to date as well, because that gave me up to April 2023. So that's pretty cool. And it costs nothing, it's free of charge. Okay, so that's Google's version of ChatGPT. The other one I point out to you is Bing.com, Bing.com, is actually they gave their users the advanced version of OpenAI ChatGPT version 4. They gave them access 9 weeks before everybody else was allowed to pay for ChatGPT version 4. So you don't need to pay $20 a month to get the up-to-date version. You just go to Bing.com and apply there. It's free of charge. Again, there is a but. The but is that they insist that you use Microsoft Edge browser. So that will put some people off, I know, but you can have Microsoft Edge browser automatically going into Bing.com, which gives you the chat feature as well as their, their search engine. Okay, so both of these, so that one, Bing.com, will actually give you the advanced version with no restrictions and no cost. And for example, this is asking for information up to April 2023, and it will happily give you that information up to April 2023. Okay, so there we go. And these are both free. So I just mentioned Google's Bard and Microsoft Edge Bing.com. They're both free of charge. Okay, so, okay, let's move on. Let's scoot across here. So I'm going to keep it really simple. And my recommendation for today is simply to offer a service that's regularly sought after, requires very little skill or time to produce, and it could be fun and creative. Okay, so basically this is where I started from. Is I have personally purchased logo creations before that I wasn't too happy with the results. In fact, I didn't use them. And of course, the challenge with offering logo creations is that it's a work of art, and everybody's vision, if you like, of what that work of art should look like is going to be different. And for whatever reason, logos, like any other work of art, is personal to the user. And so I'm not going to recommend that you offer logos. There are actually now also many free logo AI creation tools out there. And again, I'm not too impressed with any of them thus far, but it does give you some ideas what you can create. Okay, so I'm not suggesting you do that, because I have not been, basically I used up a lot of my own time, and I used up the gig provider, the person who produced the logos for me. I used up their time to redo what I asked for, and in the end I still didn't use the logos. Okay, so I've done that 3 times now, I think. Paid different people for logos, and each time I ended up using their logo version. However, I was happy with the video logo intro that I'm going to show you. And I've done that a few times, in fact, and they're much, much simpler, as the buyer can actually see in advance what the logo is going to look like, because it will give them a sample. Okay. And all that happens is the buyer sends over their logo and some wording, which could be their website domain name, and you're just going to copy paste, so you're not even typing anything, and make sure that they tick to acknowledge that they are responsible for any errors. And there are many, many tools that will create video intros. And outros, in case you don't know what that is, intro, of course, is an introduction. Okay, so it's basically just, I'll show you in a second what it looks like. It's basically just the logo and the domain name in an animated form. Okay, and the outros are often used by YouTubers, we can call them now. So people who are at the end of their presentation on YouTube, they might have an outro which would say, remember to subscribe and check here for my next video, or here for the previous video about my free course, or whatever it might be. Okay, so that's the outros. Okay, and you could create that for them and provide the service. And one free tool that we can use as free use initially, at least, just like all the others. I think this one gives you 14 days at zero cost. And the main reason I pulled that one out is because there are many other free, tools free that will give you a limited time to start with, but most of them have either put their watermark on top of the video creation, or they limit how long the presentation's for. It might just be 15 minutes or whatever, and so there's limitations, and they don't give you the full suite of templates and things to choose from. But InVideo does, and InVideo's full suite is over 5,000 templates. So we'll have a look at that as well. And there we go. I've already mentioned outro. Outro videos are used by YouTubers to remind people to subscribe and show the thumbnail of the next video, etc., or previous presentations and so on. So what would make it unique? That's what we're looking at here, right? So you can focus your offers on niche markets, and you can choose. So for example, Etsy or Amazon sellers, or LinkedIn, Instagram marketing, or other niches. I just wrote down a couple that I can think of immediately. So rather than just making it broad and general for everybody, if you had, you could actually create more than one gig offer, and you might just have one just for LinkedIn logos, for example, just for Etsy sellers, etc., etc. So you can create a number of different offers and make all your keywords around Etsy, right? And then the next one, just basically copy paste the same offer, but change the words to Amazon instead. Make it all about Amazon, so they think, oh, this guy's focusing and specializing just in Amazon sellers. Okay, makes sense, rather than just doing it generic for everybody. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So my recommendation today, Fiverr.com. There we go. I did some research. There's 137 million visitors a monthly. Okay, so let's just start there. And of course, there are other options as well. So I'll give you a list of them here. So for example, Fiverr.com, Upwork, people per hour, freelancer, solid gigs, etc. Now, on these mind maps, where you see the three lines, if you click on that, it will open a notepad alongside, and you can see extra notes that I may have made there. So I'm giving you the full URL there. And if you click on the little square here, you'll actually see they're directly hyperlinkable. So you literally just press one button, click, and it will open in the next tab for you. Let me just close the notepad for now. Okay. So I also pulled out some example wording for you. So this was literally, I just went to Fiverr.com and I copied someone else's gig offer, so you can actually see what it might look like, what people might type in. So this one's basically just saying, have a browse through my gallery to see some sample over, and you just need to send me your text or your logo. If you don't have a logo, you can just send me your text. And it says, please note that you'll get what you order. So in other words, you're asking them to check the wording, etc., before, and they take responsibility for that. Okay. And then after you've offered it on Fiverr.com or any of these others I've shown you here, you can, of course, do your own marketing as well and try and get people to go over and buy your gig over there. Okay. So, okay, here's an example of one that I just did. It took me 1 minute to do. So just really simple. I'll show you. This is an animated logo. So if you have a look at it, it just takes like 3 seconds, I think. Simple, right? And I love that. For me, that's much more eye-catching than just having a simple logo sitting there. Okay. And I simply converted this one to a GIF. Now, a GIF is like a moving image. So rather than being a video, that one's actually a GIF. Okay, so it's an image. And I have actually given you links to all that here as well. So let me just say So personally, I've purchased many softwares. The one I've just showed you there is actually one that I've purchased. And I prefer to buy at launch when it's just a special price rather than paying every single month for it, because I've so many that I'd be paying constantly for stuff. And what else have I said here? Oh, so here's one that I mentioned earlier. This one's called InVideo. And the link is directly here. So we just press one button. Again, it'll open in the next tab for us. Okay. And you'll see it actually says create stunning videos easily, and it goes through and it shows you you've got 5,000 plus customizable templates, plus a large media library, 8 million, and you can do it in 70 different languages, etc. So there's some examples of the templates. Simple, right? Keeping it really simple. Okay, so let's just move that over. And here's some of the softwares that I've purchased. Now, I bought a few more that I've purchased. And in fact, I discovered that one of them I can give you free of charge. So I bought this one called Slick, but they gave me this sign up rather than login access. So I can give it to you and you can sign up and get it free of charge. And then there's 4 others that I have purchased as well. So again, I'll just let you click on them. And that one I showed you with the moving logo there. I think that one was Vid Creator. I think that was that one. Or it might have been the one underneath Video Creator. I can't remember, to be honest, which one I used. But I'll let you have a look at it again. So if you just simply click here, you can go directly to each of them. Okay. So, and they're not expensive to buy. I think the most expensive is like $47, but that's it for life. Okay. So if you're going to charge people like $10 to do a logo, it might be worth, something flashy like that. It might be worth paying for software and keeping it really simple. Then you've got no restrictions or no watermarks and things like that as well. And then I also showed you that I've created that into a GIF. So there's free links to create, convert any MP4 into a GIF, nice and simple, and that will produce something like this. Okay, really easy, right? So let's just do Video Creator and that one. Just have a quick look at. And I can see it. So let's look at AI as well. So Chatgpt, of course, is what most people know. Okay, and this is what we can use Chatgpt for. We can enhance. So when you're actually putting into Fiverr.com Chatgpt to create clever and catchy titles and description, etc., it will create all the wording for you, and that's down to your prompt that you type in and ask it for. So you can just be really basic and say, please create the wording for a Fiverr gig. That's the jargon they use to offer animated logos, and let it create the wording for you. You could also enhance your prompt and say to appeal specifically to Amazon e-commerce sellers, for example, or Etsy digital downloads, etc. So you can enhance it however you wish to do, and you can also ask ChatGPT to do it as formal, informal, humorous, in rhyme even, so you can be creative with it and make it unique, change in tonality of what you're trying to achieve here. Okay? And then of course there's other image platforms as well. You don't need, in what I just showed you there, you don't need any images, because we're actually asking the business owner to send you their logo. But if they don't yet have a logo and they ask you to create a logo, well, where are you going to do that? Well, there are many free logo, like logoai.com, for example, to create free logos. I'll just do that just now. So we'll do it here. Logo AI. Yeah. So let AI power logo generate your new logo, etc. So really simple. It's not animated, doesn't move, but that is all artificially created. It's created the logo, it's created the text, the fonts, the style, the colorings, etc. Okay, so it looks really professional. So you could be offering to create logos for people as well. Let me go back here. And you could create it or background images or whatever via AI image creating platforms as well. So for example, I would look to use free stock image platforms. Do not use Google Images. I actually have one client in Florida who twice got a $10,000 fine for using Google Images on her WordPress website. I don't know how they found it, the image she was using, but actually the second time she wasn't even using it, but it was still in her library on her website, and they found it. So don't use Google Images. Most people think, oh, that's a pretty image, I'll just use that one. Don't do that. So instead, go and look at, there's just 3 sites that I like to use: pixels.com, pixabay.com, raw pixel. They'll all give you vector images, or they'll give you realistic images or cartoon images, illustrations. And raw pixel will even give you images that are open to the public domain, which means even images like Mona Lisa, for example, no one has the copyright on that anymore. So you can actually use some amazing, really well-known, well-established artists whose images are actually on the public domain, and you can use those images as well. So interesting. And there are many, many other free AI platforms to use as well. So I just use a couple of the most recent ones that have just come out this week, really just been available for the public to use. One is bing.com/create, and the other one is Adobe. We've got one called Firefly. So I'll give you the direct links there. You can just click and go direct to them, or you can go and search if you want. Okay, so Midjourney and DALL-E are both the leaders, but both of them will only give you, they'll give you the basic level free of charge, and then they charge extra if you want to use more than 50 a month or whatever. So I'm giving you some free options there as well, so it won't cost you anything. Okay, so let's have a look at what I opened next here as well. Just sign in, and oh yeah, so this one's showing you that you can get it for $49 and it goes through, show you all the various things it does. So you've got videos, different shapes and sizes, so you can offer people square, rectangular, etc. You can offer no copyrights, obviously, on the images or the music, etc. Unlimited renders, so no restrictions, no monthly fees. High definition as well, commercial license, so you can sell the videos to clients. And this will cost you one time only of $49. And then let's have a quick look at the showstoppers. I might need to refresh that. Not sure it's not showing up. Maybe it's just slow. Oh, there we go. It's just slow. It's just coming through YouTube. Okay, so let's just have a look at this one. This is their sample video. It's generic music. I'll just switch that off. We don't need that. But you could create videos like this for your clients, and they can use it on their Facebook adverts or anything like that. So it's just there's no limit to the imagination of what it could actually create. And I created one just because I already have this software. Where it says your company name, I put the AI Mastermind. You can put your own images at the top. You can choose which characters walking across or coming at you, etc. So you can put their words there. You can put whatever words they ask you to do, and usually charge them for it. And that would be their logo at the end and their domain name, etc. Okay, really simple, huh? So I'll let you have a look at that. I've given you the direct link, and this is what it looks like when I log in. So where is it? I want to go direct to video creator, tutorial. Oh, it's at the top. I'll make sure all this rubbish down here, right? It's at the very top, so I can create a video. Let me show you my videos. So this is the one that I just created. Oh yeah, that's the one I just created that looks like the showstopper one that we just saw there. Oh, it's just going to download it again. Okay, I don't need to show you that one. Right? Okay, I'll show you how to create one. So they're all very, very similar. Okay, so what it's given me here is the templates down the side. So I might choose one for health and wellness, for example. And then again, it's going to be all the health and wellness ones. Dentist, spine injury, workout session, tennis game, pro. Took a while for the images to change there. Let's do a quick preview of the motivational workout. Ah, unavailable. Okay, we won't use that one then. Let's try this one. Preview. Okay, that one is available. Very, very simple, right? Let's try another one. Anti-aging products. Let's have a look at products one. Simple, right? Funnily enough, a woman who attended my meeting yesterday, Friday, in Playa Carmen here, actually is now selling anti-aging products. And she says, oh, mine is the best. Probably happily pay $5 for something like this, right? Because she doesn't know how to do it yet. So really, really simple that you could be charging people for something that actually would take no time at all. So let me just show you how we do it. I would create it, use a template. And this is what it's asking for. It's asking for an image. So check the audio. So it's giving me a sample audio, or I can upload my own audio. I'll just check the sound. Perfect. So we'll go to next, and then upload the images. So I've got 2 images there. Let's just keep these 2 images, and then go to next. Text field. So it's actually already got all the wording. So actually, this is giving me 8 different lines that I can choose from, plus the client's domain name. So this actually might look really, really impressive to a client when you're actually giving them 8 different lines of text that is their wording. So you can offer them, you know, what would they like to see in each of the 8 lines, okay? And give them maybe this example here, for example, order now or shop now would be number 6 and number 8. And the rest of it is intro to what it's going to look like, okay? So then you can choose your colors. So let's just leave it as this. And I'll click on preview, I guess, preview. I think I'll select something, logo field 1. It's asking me to fill that in. I don't want to type all that in, logo field 1. So I'll just put a space there. Let me assume that I've typed it all. I'm being cheeky here. Saving time, hopefully. See what accepts it now. To next. No, it's still saying field 1 is required. Still insisting on 2 logos. Okay, let's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, 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 paste. Okay, see, I think I've done it this time. No, it looks like it still knows I'm cheating. That's too much. Okay, let's put exclamation on there and see what works this time. Plus minus. Let's do this for again. If it doesn't play the game this time, then we'll go on to an easier one. So be typing in every single field. Okay. No, it's still stuck on logo field 1 is required. Okay, let's choose a different template. Let's try this one. This one went to upgrade. Deluxe, 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 deluxe. They all say deluxe. How much is this going to charge me? $67. I've only got the basic and I've never had to upgrade. Let's go to square, see what options there are. They all say deluxe. This is really interesting. I've never had an issue with this one before. This one doesn't say deluxe. Okay, interesting. Let's try that one then. Okay, upload images. Okay, what we're looking at here, let's go to Pixabay and let's type in bottle of frogs. That's what it looks like to me. Yep. Okay. No, no do. So it says poison. That might not be the best. Okay. Silly. Okay. Let's go to text. So okay. Default text is hi. It's buy our drugs, ingredient, water, blue stuff. See, I know nothing about drugs, eh? Gel, I don't know. Next. You can tell I made that up, right? And dark green and light green, that'll do. And preview. Phew. Okay, finally, it looks like it's doing something this time. Okay, I'll start doing that. Let's have a look at the in-video one, which I gave you as well. So I think I'm logged in here. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe not. Remember a password. Okay, it's spinning as well. This one meanwhile. Okay. I have drugs. That's what I typed in. Water and blue stuff. Okay, that's tickled me. Right, that's the preview. Now what? Close the preview, and maybe it's underneath here. I can't see on this. Proceed. Okay. I wasn't seeing that. I had to move my black bar out of the way. Okay. Video will be processed. Okay, let that work away there then. And meanwhile, I'm not in. I'll try again. I'm sure I've got an account on this one. It's just super. Mind that. Meanwhile, I'll make sure I've covered everything. I think I have. Yes, I have. Okay. No, obviously I've not got the password correct. Still processing. I like to multitask. I can't be bothered waiting on these things. Come on, come on, come on. That's why I have so many tabs and windows open. It's like, oh, just open another one whilst we're waiting on this one to do something. Maybe I logged in with Google or Facebook before. I can't remember, to be honest. It's taken an awful long time to think about it. At least it's not showing immediately that I've got the wrong password. That may be a good sign. And this is still at 0%. Okay, so save. Let's try. I'll look at Facebook. I'm sure I have an account with InVideo. It's in InVideo. Waiting. Still 0%. Ah, I just realized my computer is processing photos at the same time. That might explain things. Typical of me, I'm multitasking everything. My computer's doing backups, it's doing photo processing, and I'm online recording at the same time. and multiple tasks, multiple windows open at the same time. And I'm wondering why it's taking so long. That's what it is. When it's processing photos, it seems to take up all the processor of the computer. So I'll just put this on pause and see if we can come back with something else to show you, and then we'll just call it a day. I'll just go through the mind map. In fact, I don't even need to show you anymore here, I don't think. So that was it, really. That's as simple as that. Is a really, really simple service to offer. Oh, I also wanted to show you on Fiverr.com what people are charging. So let's have a look. I got this here in mind. These are actually showing you animated logos as I just showed. I just typed in there, and what I was looking for is to see how many there are. So here, animated logos. Okay, so there are 12,000 offers that say the words animated logo. So that's a lot of competition, right? So if I do something like, for the sake of argument, let's do a LinkedIn animated logo. Now we've got 1,400. So now we're only competing with 1,400 others. Let's have a look at Etsy. We've got 153. So there's only 153 people offering this service here. Amazon. So these are just a couple that came to my head when I was creating this mind map here. Amazon, there's only 1,000 people offering their gigs that specifically are for Amazon set sales. So if you want to, SEO yours specifically for this niche, then you're going to have a lot less competition. Okay, and let's have a look at the prices. So we're seeing this one's at 8. This is in sterling, so that's actually $100 US. This one's about $25 US. This one's 34 US. And it's basically just saying exactly what we're talking about there: create custom logo, animation, and outro video. So this is what similar, showing you what they offer. And the computer actually created all this for them. So it looks really clever. It looks like they created it, but it's just this piece of software that's created all this. And it takes minutes. It takes 1 minute to create all this. Okay, so product animation, this $100 US. Now, this is the other interesting thing about it, is if we have a look at this, let's go back to this one, 25 pounds sterling, so say 34 US dollars. So that's for the basic. Okay, so you're going to get 2 logos with unlimited revisions. Well, hopefully we're never going to have to deal with that. And then they've also got a standard and a premium. So they said premium, they're getting 4 for 62 pounds sterling. So that's $80 US. And all of them said 2 days delivery. Well, that one's 1 day delivery, 2 days delivery, 2 days delivery. You could put anything you like in there, and basically this is an ideal opportunity to upsell. So you might have a basic price at say $10 US to start with, but you can offer upsells. So you can offer them 3 logos, you can offer them speedy service, whatever it might be. Okay, and just bump your price up. And then as soon as you get an order, the mobile app will ping you and tell you you've got an order, and it will take you a minute to actually create it for them. Okay, so okay, now I'm finally in save. Okay, let's just call myself a business owner. Continue. Oh, actually, this is logging in as a brand new. I'm logging in via Facebook, and it's creating a brand new one. But okay, I don't need that. Skip. How did you hear? Okay, YouTube. Content master. Oops. I'm just pressed any button there, to be honest. Okay, so I'm now in video. This is the free in-video platform. You can see here it's offering me the opportunity to upgrade for $15 US a month. It was $30 a month. It's kind of 15. Now, if I have a quick look at all the templates, to see they've got 5,000 templates to choose from. And down the left-hand side there, we can choose what format do we want it: landscape, square, portrait. Let's just stick with square. What is it for? Is it for promos? Is it for a slideshow? Is it greetings? Let's do promos. And then what's it for? Events, fashion, e-commerce. Let's do e-commerce, travel, real estate. And there's some, and all of them, you can change every single aspect of it. So you can change the background, change the color scheme, change the wording, change the imaging. So this looks really, really cool. And if you were to present this to a customer and charge them $80 for the sake of argument, for creating this. I'm sure there'd be absolute effort involved in the creation process rather than just a logo. But similarly, the client is much more likely to want to pay you, the $80 mark for creating these things. And here's the template already ready for you. So as soon as you're ready to start using this, you've got, I think it's 14 days free access. And I'm literally just hovering over. So there's so many different things that you can do. Change the fonts, change the images, change the video, change everything, the music, etc. And make it specifically for the client that is happy to pay you. Okay, and then you simply upload your offer onto Fiverr. So you basically just so I'm in buying just now, but I can just press one button to switch it to selling. And I'm in buying, so I can see what people are charging for similar. Okay, simple as that. So hopefully that's shown you just how quick and easy this can be, and where you can actually find the hungry market. You don't need to be doing SEO. You don't upload it to your own website. You don't need your own website. You don't need a domain name. You don't need your own logo, etc. Just put it out there where there's a market already looking to buy. Okay, and you just simply offer the service. Simple, right? And that's something, you don't need qualifications to do this. You do need time. So you don't need much skills at all. You just a little bit of creativity. The template takes care of everything else for you. Okay. Still logging on that one. Okay, there we go. And the template's taking care of everything for you. Okay, let's just see if this one's finished yet. No, it's still at 0%. Okay, forget that one. All right, I think I've said enough for now, so I'm just going to stop this recording, and hopefully you can do something with that. Okay, good luck. Stop recording.